Another stock market session, another sell-off. Bitcoin is still in this 4-hour downtrend, making lower highs and lower lows. Now, the S&P 500 itself has pretty much gone nowhere in the Monday stock market session. And you can see that across all the ticket symbols. Like, some of the tech stocks are up, some of the tech stocks are down, so pretty much the index itself is nowhere. We got this indecision candle right here, and that's pretty much all there is to say. Nvidia is one of the ones that attempted to open higher. Amateurs controlled the open. They pushed the price up in pre-market, opened it nice and high, and looks like professionals have sold off into the close. The US dollar is actually down a tiny bit. But we are 8 days up, so we are potentially just resetting the swing and setting up for a higher low above the daily 33 fair value band. And on the weekly time frame, it might just take a few more weeks to break out of the weekly fair value band like we saw through here in October 2025. The Bitcoin monthly is unchanged. I believe at one point yesterday, it may have moved below the open, where the candle may have moved red just a tiny bit, during the stock market session on Monday. The weekly time frame you can see now is dark green or lower high on the weekly BX trender. And the swing direction looks like it is continuing down. We've now gotten 2 down bars. Obviously, this week has not closed, but I really doubt it's going to turn into an outside bar. Yeah. On the daily time frame, you can see price has come down to the 50-day TMA, and we are currently bouncing right as I expected. And we can have a look at the volume profile fixed range, which I have redone after we've gotten obviously some new trading, since we've gotten some more trading data. And it looks like I might have to do it again because I don't think I've included all this data through here. But anyways, we are coming up to this volume profile, which we've just bounced off at around $76,000. The next major volume cluster is going to be lining up this 382 fib at around 74.3. So currently, it looks like old highs have become new lows, and we may potentially test this bullish flag from the underside and see if we fail in the next day or two, which would mean a rally up to around $78,000. And I do believe something like that could happen because of these liquidations. We've got $750 million of long liquidations. And if we look at the liquidation map, it is actually pretty balanced on the 1-day time frame. However, if I show you the 7-day, you can see heaps of liquidity just under 78K, which I think could get taken out before we're ready to continue moving downwards. On the Forex Factory calendar, which has finally decided to work for me, we do have FOMC meeting minutes. We've got obviously unemployment claims and a couple of other things coming up. So that Wednesday near the close and Thursday in the pre-market or just after market opens, looks like we got a couple of announcements. But the big but is on the daily time frame. You can see we have picked up selling volume. However, it looks like we've gotten bought up a little bit. So potentially this could mark a temporary capitulation low. And if we start breaking 4-hour swing tops, then maybe, I think, if we can break this 77.8, we could come up to this $78,000 level. Maybe, just maybe, we rally into the underside of this 50% level or this double bottom formation here. So remember, rallies don't have to come up to the 50% level. The lower they fail, the weaker they are. So if we fail at the 236 level or the 382 level, that just means the next decline is likely to be more severe. 1 hour time frame, pretty much the same story as the 4 hour time frame, rejecting off resistance, lower highs, lower lows. 15-minute time frame, pretty much the same thing. There's not much more for me to talk about other than I do believe the market will potentially put in a temporary bounce that could potentially come up about $1,000 or so. And we can see retail and everything is still super bullish, especially with the funding rates still ticking extremely positive. So it looks like every single person is buying this dip. So this bounce off the 50-day TMA and this previous 76K top is probably not smart money buying. It's probably retail absolutely longing the hell out of every dip. So potentially we are 4 days down. So if we get a bit of a swing reset, maybe, 78.1, 78.2, before we continue down, I would not be surprised. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.